Hello student, welcome to my class of computers subject for class 10th. Today we'll understand the unit 3rd, that is database management system student. In this particular video I will explain you what is actually database and how it is useful for us and what are the different concepts along with example. Okay, so here you can see as in syllabus of the CBSE we have learned concept and example of database information, concept of database, advantage of database, features of database, concept and example of relational database, concept and example of field, record, table database, concept and example of primary key, composite key, primary key, foreign key, and at last RDBMS. Okay student, so let's begin student. So here we are going to start database management system, that is section 1, that is appreciate the concept of database management system student. So here we can understand first of all what is data information. So actually student, data actually raw and unorganized fact that need to be processed data. Okay, and data can be sometimes simple and it is random content also. Okay, or we can say that useless until it is organized. Okay, where the if data is processed, organized, structured in a present given context to make it useful, it is called information. So we can say that student, an example, a simple number 1 can be a roll number, can be a weight, can be a particular age also. Without that fact and figure we can't understand that is information. A data can be nothing, it is a useless content, but it is important to compose a information. If the data are number in amount, okay, and we are going to arrange them in a systematic way, by that we can get some decision or some meaning that known as information. Okay, so here are some software collection and hardware collection are there which provide us a facility to store in our computer, okay, as in the form of data. After that the program software extract the MSC data from there and they will provide us the information. So this thing is known as database. So we can understand what is database. A database is organized collection of data. Okay student, it is not only the collection of data, it is organized collection of data that seems to be like information. Okay, so you can consider it is a container of information or systematic collection of data. Okay, for example, your name, age, height, weight, etc. are some data related to you. Okay, picture, image, file, PDF, etc. also considered as data. But it can be considered as information if we can say that a student, okay, of 16 year age having the height of 165 centimeter lives in Lajpat Nagar is information. But simple name, age, height, okay, and place name is individually termed as data. But if you are collecting them in an organized way, okay, that have some meaning for me, okay, as I given the example here. For example, Ram Kumar of 16 year age having height of 165 centimeter lives in Lajpat Nagar. It is information because by that I can take the decision, I can understand it what is exactly. Now we are talking about database student. The database concept has evolved since the 1960s to ease the increase of difficulty, okay, in designing, building, maintenance complex system, okay, typically with many concurrent and end users with a large amount of diverse data. Okay students, so database was concept that developed, I am to say evolved since 1960 to make easy, okay, the increasing number of difficulty that is in designing, building the maintaining the information, that is complex information system, okay, to do that. Now database management system student. So apart of the database we have to learn what is database management system. A database management system is a software package, so make it information important in your mind student. So a database management system is a software package. It is not only the simple software, it is a package. That means to say collection of the software, that is package, like Microsoft Office package, Open Office package, like that, with a computer program that control the creation, maintenance and use of database. So we can say that, student, a database management system is a collection of software. This is known as software package. With the help of computer program, we can control, we can, I mean to say, create the data in a collective way, organized way, maintain the data. Okay, sometime we need to delete it, insert it, something else. Okay, we will talk it about later. And use of database, that means to say we can retrieve the data and we can store the data also. Second point says, student, a database is an integrated collection of data records, okay, files and other objects. So we can consider a database not only the collection of data, I am to say, like name, textual data like ABs, whatever, for example 1, 2, age, whatever. Okay, it is a collection of integrated collection of data records. Okay, data records means that complete information. For example, it may contain the file also and other objects also, like images, sound, okay, thumbprint, and so biometric information also. These are termed as object. The third one thing, a DBMS allowed different user application program to concurrently access the same database. So student, here is a new word for you, concurrently access. That means to say, if a DBMS is a storage place of the information in an organized way, it actually allows the different user application program, okay, to access the same information simultaneously without losing its property. Okay, we can consider an example. A particular software is meant for storing data and maintaining data and use of database. Okay, in same time, number of the user, I mean to say more than one user, okay, we can consider that accessing the same data. So that can be possible by database management system, that is termed as concurrency access. Now next one point, well-known DBMS include like Oracle. There are some name of the DBMS, student, which are software packages like Oracle, IBM DB2, Microsoft SQL Server, Microsoft Access, PostgreSQL, MySQL, FoxPro and SQLite. So here you can see, student, in this particular diagram, a user can't directly interact with the database. It should be require a package of software, that is known as DBMS, database management system. Okay, it is actually the package of the software, I mean to say collection of software. Now data categorization. So student, there is two type of data that is categorized. The first one thing, flat file, and another one thing, relational. Okay, the flat file says that data is stored in a single table. Okay, as we know as database is the collection of data in a systematic way, organized collection, but it will be stored in tabular format. Okay, so in a condition of the flat file, a data is stored in a single table like Microsoft Excel table, usually suitable for the less amount of data. Okay, while we are working with a database, okay, that flat file is known, I'm say rarely used or never used. Okay, in RDBMS, I'm to say relational database management system, the relational data is used. This data is stored in a multiple tables, okay, and tables are linked to each other. Okay, I mean to say common field. Relational is suitable for the medium to large amount of data. Okay, so suppose that you are using the Microsoft Excel or the Open Office Calc part. In that you can create a your table, okay, that is considered as flat file. If it is a single table or less amount of data, that time we can use it. And relational data, if suppose that more than one table but they are linked each other, okay, with a meaningful manner, okay, along with a particular common field. I will tell you what is common field. Okay, that is termed as relational information, that is useful for large amount of data. Now advantage of database. So first advantage, data entry, okay, update, read, delete is cost reduced, student. So whenever we are going to enter data, update the data, read the data and delete, it is cost reduced. Okay, second one thing, reduce data redundancy. Student, redundancy means duplicacy of data. Student, in a database, I am to say in a normal flat file, we can enter the same detail again and again. Okay, that is redundancy, data redundancy. But in DBMS, I am to say database, it reduce the redundancy, but we can't say it delete, I may say it finish the redundancy. Okay, because there are number of type of server are there which can be centralized, non-centralized, etc. Okay, we will understand in later, student. So we can consider the second point, reduce the data redundancy. It means to say it reduce the data duplicacy in database. Say third one point, data sharing is made easy. Yes, student, if the database is located at centralized server, we can share the same information, I mean to say data, among to the number of the distributed database also. Okay, you can consider the example, a bank database. You can consider a particular bank data is located in a center like Delhi. Okay, it can spread the information, I am to say share the information to the number of that server which are located our nearby banks also. Number 4, data inconsistency is reduced. Okay, student, data inconsistency means the information should be consist. Okay, it never changes state to the number of the passages, I mean to say number of the databases. Okay, so the meaning of the information, I mean to say importance will be constant, that mean to say inconsistency. So data consistency is reduced. The next one point, the end user productivity is improved. So understand, student, where end user means a particular person who is the use that particular application or the thing. Okay, so here end user means a final user. Okay, so the end user productivity is definitely improved. It means to say the work is going to be improved. We can perform or calculate, or we can say that do the work more rapidly as compared to the manual. Next one point, decision making with database improved. Yes, student, by using the database we can make the decision easily. Okay, I will take again the example of bank. Okay, in that if you will put the enter, I mean to say your account number, you can see that the entry details, your name, account type, okay, where is your bank branch, everything can be easily accessible. So by that we can take the decision easily. There is no problem to have the any kind of decision. Now improve data access. Yes, student, in earlier time in a bank, whenever you are going to check your details of the bank transaction, you have to see the bigger size of the what thing, ledger was used to check your entries or etc. In this time, with the help of database, okay, or software techniques, okay, by that if you want to access your details, you can directly print your information in your passbook, I am to say electronic passbook, or you can check your information through the ATM by minute transaction also. Next one thing, feature of DBMS, query ability. Yes, student, DBMS also gave the first particular feature, that is query ability. With the help of query ability, you can access the detail with the help of your own type of query. For example, in which month you have taken the transaction, I am say in which month you have withdrawn the transaction of 500 or 5000. So it will show you when from following particular month you have done the transaction of 500 rupees, either it is debit or credit. Next one thing, backup and replication, student. So when the server, I am to say bank server, has number of the option, okay, for real disaster, okay, in such condition the DBMS has the backup option also. Okay, with the help of backup, it immediately, I mean to say, backup your data to the other server, that means this is centralized server, okay, or somewhere else. Replication, whenever you have feed the information, it will be reflect to other server also. Security, as we know, the data is very important and critical content of the world, okay, so it needs security. So here DBMS allows you to number up the level of security, that is low level security and high level security also, in which network security, I mean to say network IT security also required, and password authentication also required along with biometric system. Computation, yes student, because we are using this particular system in computer, so it will definitely do the computation. That means to say computer will automatically perform your work after giving a small amount of command. Automated optimization, student, here a last particular feature of DBMS, automated optimization. Okay, automated optimization, it means to say when a particular program is created for a DBMS, for example, if I have opened a that is RD in a bank, I am to say recruiting deposit account, okay, it will automatically cut the amount from my salary every month of whatever the date you have set. Okay, it is meant to say that is automated optimization. It will automatically what thing secure, I am to say perform your operation, as well as it will check how many transactions have you done or not. Now database server, student. So in earlier slide I have talked about what is server. So now we need to understand what is database server, because database is a software, okay, and it should be run in a computer, and computer should not easy computer, I am to say like client computer, it should be powerful computer. That's why we are talking about database server. Okay student, so database server are dedicated computer. Dedicated computers means it has only one work that is related with the database. Okay, that's why it is database server, that hold the actual database, okay, whatever database like Oracle, okay, Postgre, as I teach you, Microsoft Excel database, whatever, okay, and run only DBMS and related software. Okay, it do nothing, only it run the DBMS and it related software. Second point, typically database available on the database server are accessed through the command line or graphic user interface tool referred as front end. Yes student, actually the database available in database server are accessed through the maybe command line like Linux command, like SQL command, server query language command, okay, or structure query language command line, or graphic user interface, okay, that is referred to the front end. So student, I will talk you student, I'm going to teach you two information student. Here is front end means you can consider a software which interface particular database to you. Okay, actually data is stored in a computer memory in a form of binary, okay, in a computer memory. Okay, we don't know where the data is stored in hard disk or whatever, but we can interface with the help of software also, okay, and that software in the form of graphical user interface, maybe in the form of customized software like website, or maybe in the form of a simple interface like DBMS, database management system. Okay student, it is known as front end, while backend is termed as database, okay, where the data is stored in a structured way, but we can check it with the help of front end only. Next point, database server are referred as backend. Yes student, I have just explained just now what is backend. Backend, actually database server are termed as backend. Now RDBMS, student. RDBMS is relational database management system, student. It is termed as relational database management system. It is database system that based on relation model. So underline this one thing student, relational model. Relational model means it is also a model that is applied by EF Code, okay, that in IBM's St. Jose laboratory, student. So actually RDBMS proposed the relational model. It is actually the form of table of information, okay, and it is a really effective database model. Second point, database on first order, okay, periodic logic, first formulated and proposed by 1969 only by EF Code. We can say that in the relational model of database, all data is represented in a term of tuple grouped into relation. Okay student, so we are talking about what is tuple, student. Okay, tuple actually a particular row information of a table, I am to say relation, is known as tuple. Okay, and relation means a table. Here we are talking about database concept that I just told you what is tuple and relation. So we are talking about that. So first point says that database can have one or more table, okay, or many tables. So fields, column that define value in a row, okay, termed as fields. It contain only one type of the information called field, okay. In this figure, company, relation, region, product, month, sale are different field name. So student, you can consider a table, okay. Table name may be a student, and the first column name is roll number, second column is student name. So here you can consider a field, okay, is a column, okay. In that column we can enter similar type of value. For example, roll number is a column in a table. In that roll number we can insert only roll number of type of integer. Integer means non-fractional digit like 1, 2, 3, okay. And name of the student, it contain only the name of the student. It may be Ajay Kumar, Kamal Kumar, whatever, but in a form of text, but shorter length. Now we can consider record. Record actually contain the value of each field, okay student. As I teach you what is field, so it contain the record of every field. For example, same table we can consider student is a table name, and here are number of the field are there like roll number, student name, student age, marks, okay. So if a one row, okay, or multiple row, we can say that these are a particular information from every fields. So these collection of field like marks, record, okay, display the information. I am to say information means a decision full data, okay, in a single record termed as what thing? Record. Now we will talk about what are keys. As you know student, keys means a lock key. So same thing we can consider here. It is related to keys only. A DBMS key is attribute, okay. Here we can say that field may be also a form of attribute, okay student. So here a DBMS is an attribute or set of attribute. It means to say a column or set of column which helps to identify the row. I am to say tuple, because row is form of tuple. It is also known as record or known as row also, okay. In a table, that means to say relation. So once we will go to again student, a DBMS key is attribute or the collection of attribute which helps you to identify a row, tuple, and relation. They allow you to find the relation between two tables, okay. It means to say they allow you to find out the connection between two tables. For example, you can consider there are two tables. One table is your class table, I mean to say class register table. One table is your registration table, I mean to say admission registration table. So both table are having their own information in the form of scattered data, okay. They can be related to each other with the help of only one particular column existing in both table, that is what thing? Registration number, okay, admission number we can say that, okay. By that we can relate them, okay. So such thing, whenever we are going to use the connection between these two tables, are termed as what thing? Keys. So here key helps you to uniquely identify a row table in a combination of more column in a table. Now we can consider how many types of keys. So first of all we are talking about primary key student. Primary key is a column or group of column, okay student. That doesn't mean primary key only one. There may be more than one column also in a relation, okay, or table. So primary key is a column or group of column in a table that uniquely identify every row in a table. For example, a student, we can consider if a table I have named as a student, there are two students whose name are same like Vinod Kumar and Vinod Kumar, okay. So we can identify uniquely them with the help of a particular column. For example, first one thing, roll number, okay. If you are not getting the clarity in particular field, I am to say that particular column, okay, we can consider this another one particular field, that is father name. So father name may be different, okay. So by that we can say that a primary key is such a key which is maybe in the form of a column or a group of column in a table, that allow us to uniquely identify the tuple in a table, I mean to say row in a table. Okay, the primary key can't be duplicate. It means to say a primary key never has the duplicate value. In the example, okay, I have teach you what is just a primary key. Okay, for example, a father, I mean to say person can have two sons with the same name. So in such case, a father name can't be a primary, I mean to say primary key. Okay, in that case we can consider roll number will be a primary key, because roll number never are going to be repeat, okay, or given to the more than one student, okay, same roll number. Okay student, now we are talking about a table cannot have more than one primary key, student. Okay, so here we can say that a table cannot have more than one primary key. Okay, but we can consider the another one attribute as a primary key, but a table can have only one and only primary key. So it is to be noted, student. Okay, here you can see student ID can be a primary key. Okay, except that the second one thing we can consider as a key which helps to make the primary key more stronger. So let us understand what are these. So primary key properties. So first property, there can only be one primary key in a table. Yes student. Okay, as I given the example to you, student, what thing, roll number and father name column. So if the father name is duplicate, that will be avoided as a primary key, roll number will be a primary key. Second one point, the primary key consists of one or more column. Okay, so it means to say a primary key, if suppose that one column is failed to find out whether is the particular row is unique or not, we can contain more column also. It means to say we can take the help of another column to identify the particular row in a particular table easily. Third one point, the primary key enforces the data integrity of a table. It means to say whatever data, it will be same. Okay, it will never change its state. Integrity means, so that's one thing. Fourth one thing, all column defined must be defined as null. Okay, whatever the primary key, the column name, I am to say the particular cell, I am to say data, it should be defined not null. For example, in a form you can't enter the roll number as 0. Okay, in your class you can consider a table I have created a student. Okay, there is no one student whose roll number is null, I am to say 0. Okay, roll number starts from 1 to up to the strength of the student. Okay, so it means to say a particular primary key do not have null value. It means to say do not allowed to enter the null value. It means to say 0 or blank. Next one thing, the primary key uniquely identify a row. Definitely it is the same point, explain it again. Okay, the next one point, student, a primary key can contain the another type of data. For example, if I telling you about primary key is integer, I am to say roll number, can we enter here A, B, C, whatever? No, because every column has its own data type as a category of data also. Now composite primary key, as I teach you, student, the primary key can be only one and one column in a particular table. Now we are talking about composite primary key, that may be number of the different column which identify the data more accurately from my table. Okay, so composite key or the composite primary key refer to the case when more than one column is issued, I am used as a specified primary key to table. Okay, as I teach you, the father name can be, I am say father name column along with the roll number can be also considered as primary key, but it is known as composite key or primary key. Okay, so that's why there is one big thumb rule for that. Primary key only one and one in a table. Okay, only one primary key is possible in a physically way, but logically I am to say for make the identification of row particular more uniquely, we can consider another one particular column along with the primary key, that is composite primary key. Okay, so column that makes up the composite key can be different data type. Okay, definitely student, if I am making a different column, okay, as a what thing, primary key, it should be different data type. For example, in such condition, student, if a table you can consider in an admission register table, your admission date is one of the column, admission registration or serial number may be one of the column. So I can find out the admission registration number will be a primary key. Okay, so here table class history, okay, quarter ID, student ID, course ID, data, registration date, dropped and final grade. So these are information by which we can consider which should be our primary key. Okay, alternate key, student. Here is alternate key is a column or group of column in a table that uniquely identify every row in a table. Okay, a table can have multiple choice of primary key, but only one can be set of primary key. All key can be not primary key, all are called candidate key. As a student, a part of the primary key, we learn what is composite primary key. Okay, except that alternate key we will learn. Alternate key means along with the primary key, we can take different type of column in every record, okay, to identify uniquely. For example, in this particular table you can consider here is student ID, roll number, first name, last name, email ID are the field name. Along with that data are there 1, 2, 3, 11, 12, 13, Tom, Nick, Dana, okay, and price, weight, whatever, okay, and email ID also. In an alternate key, student, we can use any of the column in to identify, okay, uniquely particular record in any row. Okay, so as I teach you what is composite key is also improve the primary key what thing property. It means to say it allow us to identify the row uniquely, but sometime suppose that a roll number is primary key, father name is what thing, composite key. In such case, when the father name is same of two student, okay, along with the student name also, in that case we will use another attribute as a alternate key, okay, along with composite key also. Okay, that time suppose that his mother name or his identification mark, okay, or his age we can consider. So every time we can change the key, okay, to identify the particular row in a table is termed as alternate key. Now we are talking about candidate key, student. Candidate key is a set of attribute, it means to say set of column that uniquely identify a table in a, I may say tuple in a table. Tuple means a row or information that is in the form of row also in a table. Candidate key is a super key. Here you can consider, student, super key, okay, with no repeated attribute. Okay, student. So here candidate key is a super key with no repeated attribute, means there is no attribute which is repeated, it means a column. The primary key should be selected from the candidate key. Okay, every table must have the at least a single candidate key. It means to say, student, a candidate key are those particular attribute, I am to say column of the table, I am to say relation, which are do not repeat its attribute. Okay, I am to say its value like name, father name, whatever. So primary key may be one of the candidate key or the attribute from the candidate key. Okay, so every table must have at least a single candidate key, okay, like primary key. A table have the multiple candidate key but not only single primary key. Example, in this given table, student ID, roll number and email ID are candidate keys, okay, which helps to uniquely identify the student record in a table. Okay, student. Now property of a candidate key. First one thing, it must contain unique value, definitely, like what thing, primary key. Okay, candidate key may have multiple attribute. Okay, so here you can see that student multiple attribute it can contain, like candidate key, student ID, roll number, okay, email. Must not contain null values, it means to say zero or space. Fourth point, it should contain minimum, okay, field to ensure uniqueness. Fifth point, uniquely identify each record in a table. Now we are consider about the foreign key, student. Here is foreign key. Foreign key is a column that created a relationship between two tables. As I teach you relational database management system, student, So here can be two tables separately which are related with the help of one column that is common among them. Okay, that can be considered as foreign key. Okay, actually the keys help us to identify the data uniquely. The keys help us to link two table or more than two table to each other. So keys are actually attribute, I mean to say what thing, field name only. They may be a single or multiple. In case of candidate key, multiple may be possible. In case of primary key, only one table, I am say one column name also possible or field possible. So now we are talking about foreign key, student. So foreign key is a column that creates the relationship between two tables. It is used for relationship. The purpose of foreign key is to maintain the data integrity. It means to say whatever data is stored in a first table, it will be reflected to the other table also. It means similarity of data and allow the navigation between two different instances of entity also. It acts as a cross reference between two tables, okay, as a reference primary key to another key. Okay, student, here you can consider there are two tables, student. Here is department code is a unique among them. Can you see that, student? There is no need to worry in which order they are in our table. Okay, they may be in reverse order, some may be skipped or etc. So here you can see that in these two tables only one attribute is match along with the data type and name also, that is department code, that is depth code. Okay, so we can consider these are foreign key. One of them is primary key, both containing primary key, and one table will contain primary and one contain foreign key. By that we can relate them in a what thing, relationship. This is termed as relational integrity. So student, we have learned today regarding to the database, what is database and how many types of database types and file. Okay, I think you are learning well. Till then, thank you and have a nice day.